Good evening friends, this is Celesta Matthews from Karunya University and this is my second experiment, and today I'll be explaining to you how to calculate the number of notes when a particular amount is given to you. Suppose generally in your real life also you always face difficulty in calculating how many, if a particular amount is given to you, how many 500 rupees notes are there in that, or how many 100 rupees note are there, or 5 rupee coins are there, or something like that. So today I'll be showing you how to type a program so that you can calculate that not manually but using your computer itself. So if you have been given a number such as 575, your output should look like this. That means 575 contains one 500 rupee note, 0 100 rupee note, 1 50 rupee note, 1 20 rupees note, and 0 10 rupee note, 1 5 rupee note, and 0 1 rupee note. So here, whatever variables I've used, I've explained it in this slide. First is I, that is the loop counter variable. Okay, the next one is note and count. Note is used to store the value of each note. Suppose like 500, 100, 50, all those values I'll be saving it in a array called note. And the other one, that is count. This array is used to count the number of notes. If 500 rupee notes are there, how many 500 rupees notes are there? Okay, that will be stored in the array count. The next is amount. This value will be taking it from the user itself. So now, okay, here I have explained it what the arrays will be. So the first array is note and the second array, that is count. First I have stored the values of the notes, that is 500, 100, 50, 20, 10, 5 and 1. Now I'll be taking a loop in which I'll be initializing each value of count to 0. So that will become the first portion of my program. Okay, here the index numbers are 0 up to 6. That means 7 elements are there in this array. Okay. Now I'll show you what the logic of the program is. First of all, as I took the earlier input, that is 575. Count at I, that is, count at I, that is 0 always. Now, count at I is equal to amount divided by note at I. Note at I, first is note at I is what? 500. Okay. Now, when the loop runs for the first time, that is the value of I is 0. The amount as provided by the user, it is 575. And the next one, that is count, 575 divided by note at I, that is 500. Which will give me the value 1. Now for the next one, amount is equal to amount modulus note at I. That means, what is the amount? 575. That when divided by 100 gives me the remainder 75, and this 1 is the quotient. Okay, so this 75 I'll be replacing it with the original value that the user gave. Now during the second iteration, that is when I is equal to 1, I'll say that amount is equal to 75. Cout, the same statement, I'll be repeating it. Okay, amount divided by note at I. See, in the array note, the first the value at the first index, that is 100. So I'll be saying 75 divided by 100. This will give me a quotient, that is 0, and the same will give me a remainder, that is 75. Okay, so that makes no difference. Now moving on to the third iteration, the amount will be 75 as it was earlier, and the array, that means the value, that is note at I, that will become 50. Now when 75 is divided by 50, it will give me the quotient 1, and it will give me the remainder as 25. That I'll be storing it in the value amount. In a similar way, during the fourth iteration, amount is equal to 25, and Cout is equal to 25 divided by 20, that is 1. Now the amount will give me the value which we get after getting the modulus, that is stored in the value amount. Now during the fifth iteration, when amount is equal to 5, 5 divided by 10 is equal to 0, and 5 modulus 10 is equal to 5. Now during the sixth iteration, I'll get amount is equal to 5, 5 divided by 5 is equal to 1, and amount is equal to 5 modulus 5, that is 0. Now the last iteration, amount is already equal to 0, and count 0 divided by 1 is equal to 0. And amount is equal to amount modulus note. That will give me 0 modulus 1 is equal to 0. I'm sorry, I think I have made a spelling mistake over here. This is count, not cout. Okay, I'm really sorry for that. Now coming on to the program, this is code blocks. Here I have displayed the question, that is, develop a C++ program which accepts amount as integer and displays total number of nodes of 500, 100, 50, 20, 10, 5 and 1. Okay. So here an example is given which I showed you in the slide earlier. Now this is my program. Okay. Here I have include iostream that is taking input from, including the header file. Then when I come to the program, I'll have this. Okay, int amount and I. This is the variable declaration. Amount is to take input from the user and I is the loop variable. Here I'm asking the user to enter an amount, that is Cin amount. Okay, now in note I have directly given the values which are to be stored in the array note, that is 500, 100, 50, 20, 10, 5 and 1. Now count at 7. This variable I am declaring to count the number of nodes. So 7 elements are there. First loop, this is to initialize all the values to 0. Okay, now for the next loop, this is the main part of the logic. I have already showed you how it works. So these are the two statements which I explained for each loop, for each and every iteration. So this is the value, and the other one, the last loop, this is only to print the output in a given format, that is note at I, that is suppose 500 and colon and count at I, that is your value, how many 500 nodes are there. Suppose 1 is there, then you will get 500 colon 1. Okay, now I'll show you the output of it. See, enter an amount. Suppose if I enter 168, see, it is giving me the output as 500 nodes are 0, 100 nodes are 1, 50 is 1, 20 is 0, 10 is 1, 5 is 1. And 1 is 3. So if we calculate it, you can do it, even check it even manually. 100 plus 50 gives me 150, 150 plus 10 gives me 160, 160 plus 5 gives me 165, and plus 3 gives me 168. Okay. Now if you want me to give an higher number like 15684, say 500 notes are 31, 100 rupees note is 1, 150 rupee note and 120 rupee note, 110 rupees note and 4 1 rupee coins. Okay, suppose if I give the value 0, what happens? All are 0. So this is basically what my program is. Hope you all understood it. Thank you very much.